Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Training Week from October 23rd, and in the next 6 minutes, I'm gonna have to cover a lot of stuff because, as you all know, there's a lot going on for me right now. But first of all, as I was testing what I can do, just on the Saturday, it was evident that I could do a lot more on P bars. I can pretty much do all of my underbar stuff. I even started doing some small Honmas from upper arm back to upper arm, and really the only things left now are Heelys and the support skills like Makuts and Stutz, which are by far the most painful with my shoulder in its current state. That said, when I said healing continues, obviously the shoulder is fully torn, it's not reattaching, but what is healing is the inflammation. It's decreasing and I'm getting more range, more mobility, and some more function. But I don't necessarily have to do Makuts and Stutz. I could just do a peach to support and a press to handstand and still have a 15.8 start value, which is competitive enough that I think you can shoot for finals. And if I make finals at World Cups, then I can think about adding the other skills for the full 16.2 difficulty. But let's first track back. I've just gotten back from a follow-up appointment with a sports specialist, and here is the situation. So first of all, qualifying through Oceania, doing all around the Oceania, I've given up on that. I think it's just unwise to do all around on my shoulder, especially if I can make it worse. If it becomes too bad, if it tears off just too much, it becomes too difficult to reattach. So operations become, more difficult. And I definitely don't want to be in a situation where the surgeon is telling me it's too much to operate. You're just going to have to rehab it back for somewhat of a complete functionality. I'd rather get my shoulder fixed and still have a few more years of gymnastics left ahead of me. So speaking of the surgeon, I'm probably going to get a call in the next 48 hours from the best shoulder surgeon in Auckland, the city where I live. And he's going to tell me if he thinks it's worth it to push for these World Cups or push for Paris if World Cups go well. Or if it's better just to get the surgery now and rehab it and get back to business for the 2025 season. Now, let's talk a little bit about Paris. First of all, I've done 2 Olympics, and for me, it's more important to, do well at World Cups where I have a shot at a podium finish than it is to shoot for a 3rd or Olympic Games. So as cool as doing the 3rd Olympic Games, of course, would be, because there's so much hype around the Olympic Games, for me, I would feel more hyped with a World Cup medal, to be honest. So if I get the surgery now, if the surgeon tells me, you know what, I don't think it's worth it to even push for World Cups, let alone Olympic Games, get the surgery now, no problem, we'll get it now and we'll come back strong for 2025. Now, the problem with World Cups now, Doha has been postponed, which adds another complication into the matter, because if I did 3 World Cups in a row, like we were planning, Egypt, Cottbus, Doha, to qualify to Paris directly from the World Cups is possible through PBAS. They take your best 3. But now that Doha has been rescheduled, we'll be doing the first 2, and we'll have 2 options after that. Either return back home to New Zealand for a few weeks and do a whole extra trip to Doha, probably another 5k at least, maybe 7 plus, depending on how many people want to do that 3rd World Cup. And I'm willing to bet no one, unless we are in the running. Let's say Will, myself, Daniel or Ethan or Sam do really good in the first 2. It's obvious that we could be in the top 2 spots, taking out all the guys that have already qualified through World Champs. Then of course you could push for a 3rd World Cup. Very expensive. The other option is to stay somewhere in Germany for a couple of weeks and then go to do Baku and or Doha after that. So either way, a very long trip, difficult for me to manage because I have a full-time job as well. Difficult to leave the club that I coach at. So that's kind of where it is. I hope that's clear. I had to rush through that because I know this it's only a 6-minute video. So that's where I'm at. And that's me playing for the WGA Dismount Challenge to see if I can master a new dismount. So within the next few days, I should get the call from the surgeon. I'll decide whether to go for World Cups or not. And if I do go to World Cups, again, you know, what routine do I do? Probably just a 15.8. But at this stage, Oceania I think is just off the radar right now. Better be wise and, you know, get this thing taken care of to still enjoy another few years of training ahead. Phew, I think that's the fastest I've ever talked in the video. Kudonovs are coming back. I did another good mat touch yesterday, so I think you'll see more of those in the next few weeks. Fingers crossed, maybe I catch one soon, but not gonna rush. Sent a double front half to my face. Time I do some legs as well, so might start a little bit more a floor and vault up in the next few weeks. Thanks for your support. Thank you for watching all the way through. All the best. Till next time.